We started off the lesson by doing our normal warm up routine and getting the cardio to start off with, then stretches. Cardio to get our heart beating and pump blood around the body to warm up our muscles, and stretches to allow them to have the flexibility in them. Then we did the exercises from 2 weeks ago that we've continued to do and progress on, including the leg exercises where we're flexing and pointing our toes to improve the flexibility in the centre of our feet to help us jump and land better without making, as Becky says, an elephant sound. The progress I've made this week, I've completed the entire piece of choreography. I did that last week, and now I know it's all fully. I've perfected it as much as I can. I've worked on it, rehearsed it, and I've got it to the best of my ability, but I'm going to carry on pushing myself to make it better and better. There's one bit that I still struggle on, which is pulling my arm to the back as far as I can while we're doing the hip isolations and moving forward, however we're actually sideways. So I need to work on that still. I still don't like our transition between the start and the chorus, because I don't feel it just doesn't work in my mind. I don't see it as looking effective. However, when I've watched it back, it doesn't look that bad, but we all need to be in sync, and it needs to be exactly on time, because otherwise it's going to look scrambly and not as good. My strengths were my control this week. I've done a lot better on my control. And when we have to do isolations, I've been able to do them better because I've improved on my flexibility and my control and my core strength. So I'm not wobbling while I'm trying to balance for my different movements. My concentration and focus, I've been very focused in every single lesson, so I can pick up as much as I can and improve as much as I can, showing how dedicated I am to the piece and how I am willing to be professional and push myself during lessons and out of lessons. My weaknesses would still be my core strength. Even though I have improved on it, I could still improve on it further. And my other weakness, I would say, is my flexibility, as I am not as flexible as others in the group. However, I'm going to continue to push myself by doing more and more stretches, focusing mainly on legs, because that's where my stretches are mainly the issue. So I'm going to work on that. Work on my stretches for my flexibility. Work on crunches, leg lifts, cycling for my core strength. Levels of professionalism in the class today were fairly good. There was still chatting that wasn't necessarily on topic, but it was reasonable. They were focused on the work when they'd got going, however not so enthusiastic with the warm-up, as, well, it is a hard warm-up for a lot of people after a long weekend. So we all warmed up, then we had a few moments just to relax when we had break, and then went straight into Thriller. Me personally, I believe I've been very professional. I did have moments of just that unwillingness to do anything because I was that tired from the warm up. I needed, say, 2 minutes just to get a drink. And I did get those 2 minutes to get the drink and come back. And then I went straight back into being professional. And I went straight back into the warm ups and being prepared for the lesson. I had rehearsed, so I was very prepared for the lesson. And I knew my choreography. I need to improve on still my flexibility and my core strength. And I need to add a lot more attitude into my zombified character. And stop focusing on the moves as now I learnt them, and more on the performance of it and making it bigger and bolder and making it more specified movements and sharpening pieces up. Stylistic qualities we've used during this rehearsal process would be Michael Jackson's key steps, like hip isolations, hip thrusts, plied stomps, where you go around in a circle. For next lesson is our assessment, so I'm going to carry on to rehearse, perfect every single movement that I've struggled with, such as the plied movements, as I don't feel I'm getting quite low enough. So I'm going to make it so I have that core strength and control to be lower and be able to stomp round into the circle. And this will improve my performance majorly.